What are some of the best tools for electrical troubleshooting? Well, let's get into it. First off, we grab a whole handful of wire nuts. We're going to shove them in our pocket. Now, out of all the bags, which one are we going to pick? It's going to be the cripop technical. This is a $80 bag. I think sometimes on Amazon, sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 60. Catch it on sale. I've got all the videos that I could ever want. I've even got the melotough knockoff. Got the TP-XXL, a $230 bag. But now we're just going to go with the cripop. Now we've got a huge range of multimeters to choose from. We've even got the T6-600 here. We're going with the $200 fuel piece. We've got the VDV 500-223. Don't forget we also got the twist leads, the fluke twist leads. Got the Klein's tool, the 500-163. This is the digital tone and tracer. A little bit more expensive, but definitely has more sensitivity. Absolute must for a professional troubleshooter. The insulated 2-in-1 multi. This is the last screwdriver as a homeowner you'll ever have to buy, and as a professional, they're freaking amazing. We've got the dongle in case we need it to be able to put our toners, tracers, and things like that into. Got the circuit screamer. This thing screams. You throw the breaker off, you stop hearing the screaming. It's a circuit identifier basically. Got the plug checker, but also the dongle for our circuit breaker finder here from Fluke. Picked this up for like $40 one day. Catch them when they're on sale. That's the BK120. Of course, we got Wagos, man. You never know what situation you run into, shorter wire, things like that. The 221s inline are amazing for that. And any carded box you run into, Wagos are going to help you. I do prefer wire nuts, but good in a pinch. Handful of Romex wire. I always extend with number 12. You never know if you got a 20 amp breaker or 14 amp breaker. You should always be using the proper size wire based on your breaker size, so number 12 it is. Now we got the Klein needle nose here. We got the Racketeers Crocs Junior. These are the best strippers I think on the market. Try them out for yourself. People comment down below. You were right, man. These things are amazing. Yeah, I know I'm right. These things are simply well put. Just the best thing that you can buy. Got Klein's 2000 diagonal cutters. Klein's 2000 lineman. A couple of bits here from DeWalt, the extensions. It's a P2R2. That's a flat. It's not a flat. That's a number 1 square, a number 2 square, and a Phillips built-in one. And then of course we have the ball grip screwdriver from Klein, the fast bit true grip. And once we pull all those wires out of the box, we got to get them back in the box. This is the Volt Claw, one of the best wire stuffing tools ever made. A little fluke right here. This thing detects the presence of voltage. It does not test the absence, it detects the presence. Don't use this and trust your life with it. Just verify you have voltage, shut the power off, then verify that you have voltage when you turn it back on. Now you know you found the circuit. Use a multimeter to verify the absence of voltage. This only detects the presence. In the front here we have a razor knife, and down here we have some Cobra ES's. Hopefully we don't need these while we're troubleshooting. Also in the back here, we're going to be putting our ET450 circuit tracer, and also the probe fits back here. Everything fits in this bag. This is probably the smallest footprint that you're going to get to fit everything that you've ever wanted for a troubleshooting bag in one place. The Klein Tool Runner is a great choice, don't get me wrong, but when you look at the size of these two, obviously the Tool Runner should fit more, and it does. But for a quick troubleshoot at a residence, this is going to be it for me. We might bring this as a tag along in the car, and you know we're definitely going to need that Klein mat, so let's get that. Now you've seen this on the channel before. You might think this thing doesn't get much use for troubleshooting. This thing is a godsend because you can push this right up against the wall to your receptacle. You're going to catch all your dust. All your trash has somewhere to go. You can easily dump this out. You're not ruining any of your customers' finishes. No dust is getting in the carpet. And it holds a lot of tools. So a quick spot just to drop things while you're working is awesome. This is such a good tool or pouch for a technician. And it's MODBox, so it snaps to the side of your box, so it snaps to your rails and your service fan. This thing's awesome. Now we're charging our all task right now. This is one of the coolest lights that I've got. It's really useful for technicians, and we're going to be using the crap out of this thing today. I wish I had charged it more, but I've got a headlamp as well, so we should be okay. There's not too much that I can't find within an hour, man. I think we're going to be able to fix this pretty quickly. We're going to do a video on that, so be looking for that as well. So we'll throw that there. We'll throw some tape in here somewhere. Go ahead and throw a level. Paper, notepad, something. We're going to take the O pen because you can actually write in the dark with this thing. So we're going to be mapping out our circuit to make sure we understand how it's all supposed to work and kind of draw theories on what's going on. We're also going to bring this Knipex stripper. It's really useful for stripping off wire that's just barely hanging outside of a box. You can get straight on this and just pop the insulation off. Works really good. I didn't show it earlier, but we have gloves in there. I'm going to put some more in there just in case. This one's kind of new to the channel. We also put a Mad Pack on it, made in the USA clips to clip onto anything to turn it into a quick style pouch. This is the Klein. It's got closable storage here. It's got just droppable storage there. Then it's got a couple of loops for screwdrivers, pliers, things like that. Instead of bringing this big old bulky setup here, we're just going to go with this guy today. We didn't put wire nuts in here. And yeah, that's going to be our kind of quick go pouch. I'll have to get you a model number on this and also link the Mad Pack. All this stuff will be linked if you guys are interested. We don't need this, but it will aid in troubleshooting if we need to, or explain to a homeowner what's going on with the circuits, why they're pulling so much load. This is really good because you can clamp a meter around here and show exactly how much amperage the appliance is pulling. That's called a AC line splitter. Oh, you know what? I also, man, we might take this. This is pretty. We might take this instead. I think closable storage wins every time. So this is what to see. We're going to take them both. We'll make a decision when we get there. Also got our light here. It's a really good headlamp. If Olight wants to send me a headlamp, come on with it. But right now they're just sending me a bunch of flashlights. Olight's by far the best flashlight company that ever was, man. I've been buying Olight since 2014. So when they reached out, wanted to send me stuff, no problem at all. These are also really good headlamps, rechargeable as well. Gonna throw a tripod, and you've seen some other camera stuff in there. We got our S25 Ultra. All right, let's load it up. Honestly, the kick to open feature on cars is like so underrated, especially if your hands are full or you're just loading stuff in the back of your trunk all the time. This just folds up just like this, all that leaves storage, and it just zips right up. Just like that. We're going to bring both of these, but I think I know which one we use. Now, I've already got a subcompact Milwaukee on the floorboard of the car, so we're probably going to be using that for everything. I don't go to town all the time, but when I do, I always bring a portable air compressor. Also have the DeWalt one. That's way faster. I think we're going to leave this one here. As much as I really want to take it on a job site and use it, we're going to be using the field piece. We're probably going to take this with us and see how it does, but I think we're ultimately going to be using the field piece to troubleshoot. Let's see if this thing can surprise us. This one's my number one for quick service calls, kind of like a everything go bag, but the job that we're going to is pretty extensive troubleshooting, and let's hope we can find it. Gotta grab a couple of waters. The most important thing we can grab right now, though, is an extension cord for troubleshooting. We talked about it many times on the videos. Extremely underrated for troubleshooting, man. Get you an extension cord. They extend your grounds. You can back feed circuits once you disconnect it from the rest of the circuit to verify everything's gonna work. Bunch of things we can do with the extension cords. They're a must-have for troubleshooting. And then, of course, the Flex Tower Light with a 6.0 battery. Squeeze this trigger, that whole thing drops. Slide that up. Lock that down. That's got to be the best tripod light on the market right there. Yeah, and most of you guys slept on it. So underrated, man. That brand right there, the best. Okay, that's going to be the beginning of the troubleshooting series. If you guys want to learn how to troubleshoot like a pro, follow for more. We're going to be going to a house. There is multiple circuits out. So we've got a couple of plugs. We've got some switches. The HVAC is acting weird. Go check it out with me, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.